How are you, my dear students? This is Mrs. Maggie. I'm gonna be your English teacher this year. I hope you will be great. I hope it will be a good year and great year. First of all, I wanted to start uh, my year, okay, by revision, okay. So as you see here, I chose a revision in the form of a short exam in order to be sure that you are with me on the same level that I wanna, because in grade 3 we need you to be in a certain level, okay? Uh, I know that it has been a long time staying at home, and I know well that your level is not okay now because you've been staying for a long time without reading, without practicing, without anything. So here in this exam, I'll figure out what's your educational level. And if it's below, no problem. We'll revise more and more. And if you are okay and you are um, good for grade 3, okay, there is no problem. We will start directly our curriculum. Okay, so let us start with this passage. I know this passage is hard. It talks about whales and it's a scientific passage, and I know it's hard, but I wanted you to read it, to try to answer it with me. Not only that, I chose grammar in the grammar section. The grammar is variable, contains all the tenses: past simple, present simple, and present progressive. Okay, in order to check that you still remember all the tenses or not. And don't worry, we're gonna go through the tenses again this year because our main tenses this year is the present, present progressive, and simple past. Here I want to check some of the vocabulary words and the writing section. Let us read the passage. Whale. Whale. I'll start from here. Whale, yeah. Whale is a common name for various marine mammals of the order whales, breathe air, and are not fish. They are mammals that spend their entire lives in the water. Whales are of two types, toothed and baleen. Okay, I wanted to explain this part first, okay, or this paragraph. Um, it means that whales are mammals, so they are getting birth and they spend their entire lives in the water, okay? And whales, they have two types. Some of them have teeth and the other have something called baleen, which is like a broom, okay, in order to filter the food out of the water. Okay, the anatomy of whales can be described as follows. So, I divided their anatomy in points, as you see here. The first point, like all mammals, whales breathe air. What's the meaning of mammals? Mammals are the creatures that they are getting birth, okay? They are getting babies, okay, like you. They are not hatching eggs. They are getting babies like you. They are human beings or animals which get babies, okay? They are warm-blooded. Warm-blooded means their blood is like our blood, hot, not cold. They nurse their young with milk from mammary glands. What is a mammary gland? A mammary gland is a gland in the breast of any mom, okay, in order, or it looks like a tube in order to feed their babies. They have body hair, like their body is hairy, okay, like the human body, or like the gorilla or monkeys, okay? Beneath the skin lies a layer of fat called blubber. So the fat layer, called blubber, which stores energy and insulates the body. Okay, which keeps the body um, cool, not and warm. Okay, and not to be hot or cold. So to keep the temperature. Okay. Whales have a four-chambered heart. Their heart is divided into four parts or four sections. The neck vertebrae are typically fused, trading flexibility for stability during swimming, which means They are flexible. They can move their neck in different directions, and not only their neck, their body as well. Whales breathe via blowholes. Okay, so they have holes in their head. Baleen whales have two, and toothed whales have one. These are located on the top of the head, allows the animal to remain almost completely submerged whilst breathing. The word whilst here means while. Breathing involves expelling excess water from the blowhole, forming an upward spout, followed by inhaling air into the lungs. Spout shapes differ among species and can help with identification. The largest whales are blue whales. In fact, the blue whale is the largest animal known to have ever existed at 30 meters or 98 feet and 180 tons. So here in this part, it talks about its size and its measurements, the measurements of the whale. These huge animals eat about 4 tons of tiny krill. The tiny krill is a kind of shrimp which is a small shrimp. Each day, obtained by filter feeding through baleen, a comb-like structure that filters the baleen whale's food from the water, as I told you before. So this is the text, okay? Let us answer the questions. Comprehension, sorry. Whales are enormous fish. True or false? False. Because we said at the beginning of the text they are not fish. Whales don't have hair. False, they have. Blue whales are toothed. False. That we said they are baleen. Who is the largest animal known to have ever existed? The blue whale is the largest animal known to have ever existed. Describe some points of the anatomy of the whales. Like all mammals, whales breathe air. They are warm-blooded. They nurse their young with milk from mammary glands. They have body hair. Let's go to the grammar section. Correct the verb between brackets. Number 1. Last week we traveled to New York City. Why we wrote traveled? Because as you see here, travel is the past of travel, and because I talked in an old time last week, okay, that's why I used the past simple. Number 2, Linda goes to school every day, okay, perfect. So when I'm talking in the present simple, I use what with he, she, it, s, es, or ies according to the case. So here Linda goes. Why I added es? Because the verb here is ending with o. So goes to school every day. So how do I know that this is present simple? Because of every day. The word every day is one of the key words of the present simple. We are singing a song now. How do I know that this is present progressive? From the word now. Okay, it's one of the key words of the present progressive. We are singing a song. They don't study their lessons daily. Why I answered don't study? Because I want to negate in the present, and with they, you, I, or we use don't when we negate. And if they are he, she, it, I will use doesn't. Okay? I know that you forgot all that. Don't worry, we will repeat it through the year. Don't worry, we will explain it in details. I'll explain the present in detail, past, and the present progressive. So don't worry about that. If you forgot them, don't get angry, don't get confused. We will repeat everything. Okay, here, this is a choose question. Choose the right answer. The sun gives us heat and light. Gives here is a or an what? The word gives. Here is the verb because gives is the action. Okay, the sun gives us heat. So gives here is the action. The action is the verb. Okay. George, number 2, doesn't get up early. Don't get, doesn't get, or isn't get, doesn't get. Why? Because I said before, with he, she, it, when we want to negate in the present, we use doesn't. And we put the verb as it is, without changing. Number 3, the students played the match yesterday. Why I chose played? Because of yesterday. Yesterday is one of the keywords of the past simple, or simple past. Vocabulary. Fill the blanks used the following words: announced, greedy, precious, scattered, superior, declared. Okay, I'll explain first the meaning of each one. Announced, when I'm saying something in the broadcast, like when Mrs. Janine says something in the broadcast, okay, in front of the whole school, so she announced a news, or she announced something, okay. So when she announced something, she says something and say it to all people, okay. It's like news, it's like a very important message she wants to deliver, okay. So all these we say announce to say something in a high sound in order to let all the people understand what you're saying, or to get the information that you want to deliver. Okay, this is announced. Greedy person, the person who wants everything for himself and he doesn't want anyone else to take anything or to have a share, okay? So the greedy person is the person who wants everything for himself, like he wants all the money, he wants all the food, he wants everything, okay? So this is the greedy person. Precious, valuable, something with a high value. Scattered means spread everywhere, like when you enter your room, okay, and then you throw everything on the floor. Like you throw your jacket, your trousers, and everything. So in such case, you'll find everything scattered on the floor. Or when you drop something on the floor and smashed into pieces. So this is the like if you hold a glass of water and then it's smashed on the floor and it's spread into pieces, so it's scattered on the floor. Superior, it means like you are in high rank, in high position. You are like a leader. Like if you are the first one in your classroom and you get high marks, so you are a superior on your classroom. So superior, like the one who is the leader, who is in a higher rank. Declared, like when you declare something, you announce it as well. You say it in a high sound in order to let the others know what is it, okay. So here we will answer number 1. The museum's full of precious treasures. The thief, number 2, the thief is greedy, he wants more gold. Number 3, the teacher collected the books that were scattered around the floor. Number 4, America declared war on Japan in 1941. Number 5, Mark is superior to the rest of the class as he is the cleverest. This part, the writing part, I wanted you to write it by your own. I wanted you to write any story. It could be a fiction or non-fiction story. And in order to remind you what is a fiction, what is a non-fiction, a fiction is something imaginary or not real. But non-fiction means a fact or something real. So if you want to write any fictional story like Superman, Cinderella, Aladdin, it's fiction, it's not real. But if you want to write a non-fiction story about one of your neighbors or about yourself or one of your friends, it's okay, it's acceptable. So you can write any story that you want to write about. And will be your homework. And please, the stories that you're gonna write, it's not gonna be less than 10 lines, okay? I don't want a story like in 5 lines or 10 or 6 lines. No, I want 10 lines at least. If you can write more, it will be perfect. Okay, I'm waiting for your homework. Thank you for attending and listening. Hope you will be great, and thank you. Bye.